welcome. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious, hot, sticky downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Facebook, on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And, of course, you can always go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online. It is Tuesday, July 6th, 2021, and I'm not alone.
Hello.
Jenny is at the news desk.
I am.
Yes.
And with the fan on, I'm plutzing.
You're what?
Plutzing over here. I'm plutzing.
Plutzing? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I'm getting sweaty and icky, and it's too hot.
So we call that plutzing.
Plutzing.
Right. All right.
Plutzing. You gotta plutzing.
Plutzing.
That's a little better.
Really?
A little bit.
Oh, it didn't sound right coming out of me.
That means you're probably close.
Plutzing. If I get phlegmy when I say it, is that plutzing?
No.
All right. Well, I'm not Jewish. I can't say these words.
Oh, I try. I try to help you.
I'm incapable of saying these words.
Someday you'll get it. It's the roll that you're missing.
I can't do anything like that. I can't even roll my R's. It's true. When I was in high school, when I took Spanish 3, our teacher, Mrs. Picard, told us all on the first day of class.
Picard?
Yeah, her name was Picard.
That's cool.
No relation to Jean-Luc of the Starship Enterprise.
Who was her number one?
It wasn't me, that's for sure. I was a terrible student. No, when I took
the worst fan.
When I took Spanish 3, she told us all on the first day of class that we had to be able to roll our R's, or we would not pass Spanish 3. Because there were several of us. It wasn't just me. There were several of us in the class who couldn't do it. And I could never do it. To this day, I can't do it. Fortunately, it turned out to be a bluff on her part. She told us that, I assumed, to try to scare us into figuring out how to do it.
That's mean.
Because at the end of the year, I still couldn't do it. And I did still pass, although barely. That was the closest. That was the closest I ever came to fail in a class, was Spanish in high school, Spanish 3. So anyway. And I remember almost none of it. But
I took Spanish and French. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can barely remember a thing. I took sign language too, so I'm 0 for 3.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome, everybody. I did almost slip and say Monday. I don't know if anyone caught it during the opening of the show, but of course it was a holiday. Monday was the federal holiday, of course, for the 4th of July. Hope everybody had a safe 4th of July weekend.
Oppression Day.
Calling this what?
Colonist Oppression Day.
Oppression Day. Why?
That's what Ann said.
Why does she call it that?
Because she thought it was cute, and then you can call it Cod Day for short.
You call what?
You can call it Cod Day for short.
Cod Day?
Yeah, cod.
Why?
C-O-D.
Like the fish?
No.
I don't understand all these things. Why? I just call
Colonist Oppression Day.
It's so
Cod.
confusing. Okay. I'm just gonna call it Tuesday because I'm just so confused, and I don't even want to think about cod. I don't like fish.
I like fish.
I think seafood is disgusting.
Oh. No, you don't. When you see food, it's fun. I mean, yes.
Oh boy. But
I'm good. Yeah, but I am there.
So, of course, it is Tuesday. So Jenny and I are here. And then in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be joined by Mike Sudderth for his weekly Tweakonomics segment. Also, our friend Texas Mike was supposed to be here. And
we were supposed to have the Mikeys.
Yeah, he posted on Facebook that he was going to be here, but I see no sign of him. So not like him to show up late. So, Mikey, if you're listening, if you're out there somewhere, just message me. Let me know you're okay. And you're still welcome to show up, of course. But it's odd of him highly unusual to just not show up.
Is Mikey? No.
But maybe he's with EZG, because I think I heard EZG was supposed to be on the morning show this morning, and he didn't show up for that. So,
but I thought Mikey was on the morning show this morning.
Mikey was, yes.
Well, Mikey was on the morning show this morning, so he did show up.
he showed up for that, but he asked me if he could come on, and he even posted on Facebook and said he was going to be here for this show as well, and no sign of him.
It was a trick. It was a ruse.
That's right. It could have been.
He was full of it.
It could have been. But Mike Sudderth, we assume, will be, unless he pulls something and doesn't show up. No, but he's been very dependable so far. So we're several weeks into his Tweakonomics segment, and I do get a lot of positive feedback on that. So we look forward to that. Tomorrow on the show, our friend Isaac Sierra, also known as Truth, will be calling in to promote his new single, which I need to make a radio edit of course.
Yes.
So I will do that.
But it's really good.
I will do that this evening. Oh, everything he does is great.
And it's going to be a world premiere, radio premiere tomorrow.
That's right.
Nobody's gotten to play it yet.
That's right.
We got first dibs.
Yes.
Because we are the right ones, man. We're the best.
We are the right ones.
Yay.
Yes. The young people say that now.
I know. See, I'm getting hip.
I heard Christian say
with it.
I heard Christian saying it the other day. He was
with it.
I overheard him on the phone saying to one of his friends, "We are the right ones."
You heard him say something other than dude?
Nah, I think it was just dude or bro or something. But,
okay.
But anyway, yes, I was kidding. So that will be tomorrow. Thursday on the show, of course, EZG Eric Gagnon will be joining us for his entertainment report. So we look forward to that. Lots of good stuff this week.
He didn't show up this morning.
That's
How do you
true.
know he's going to show up then?
Well, that's true.
And he likes to change his days at the last minute.
He does do that sometimes.
Like a brat.
He does do that sometimes. You're right.
Track.
Yeah.
Can't stick to one day of the week. I can do it. Why can't he do it?
I mean, it's been Thursday more than any other day, but it is true. You just don't know. I do want to remind you all, of course, we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street. Don't go there today because Monday and Tuesday is their weekend, but they'll be open tomorrow. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. Thursday nights, of course, is trivia night with the great Bill Cini, who also does the trivia on the morning show on Wednesday mornings. Lots of very positive reviews there for Mr. Bill Cini. Friday nights, of course, Mike Sudderth, as his alter ego, Grant Lampton, performs live at the Hop Knot. He's doing a residency there. Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. They have Sunday brunch. I know they've got a bunch of events coming up for the summertime as it's feeling more like summer than ever now with this heat.
Over the weekend on Saturday night, they had a
that's right,
drag event.
Yes,
and I heard it was amazing, and there was a lot of people there.
Oh, very good,
really cool. And I guess they're going to be doing that here and there. So stay tuned for more dates.
Absolutely, yes.
I think.
And they have.
Boy, it's hot in here.
It is. Yes.
I'm plutzing again.
You're plutzing. I'll tell you what. Oh boy, the plutzing. Plutzomania running wild.
Yeah.
But yes, the Hop Knot, and of course the food. They have delicious gourmet pretzels. They have craft beer. They have wine. It's a wonderful place. Such a wonderful family that owns and operates it, and we continue to be so honored and privileged to have them as a sponsor.
Yep.
As well as all of our great sponsors here at WMNH 95.3. I see Mike Pelopita in the Facebook live chat. Mike, of course, from Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall. Big supporters of this show, the morning show, all the shows here at WMNH.
And General Sunbeam.
Yes, don't forget, yes. The Sunbeam Mall, named, of course, for General Sunbeam. That's why it's the historic Sunbeam Mall. The greatest military mind since sliced bread, General Sunbeam. He won the war. If it wasn't for him, we'd all be speaking.
Against Battlestar.
Yes, that's right.
That's it.
That's right. Thank goodness for General Sunbeam.
Yes.
And don't forget, of course, the OG of WMNH sponsors, CGI Business Solutions. They've been here since before I was here, in fact, at WMNH. So,
are you sure about that? I think you're older.
Well, no, I mean they've been here at the state. They've been sponsoring the station since the very beginning.
Oh,
yes.
Now you're saying it differently.
Yes, I've only been here
for.
It was 4 years in April that I've been here.
Has it been that long already?
It's been, yeah, I know, gone in the blink of an eye. It's been 4 years. It's been more than just over 4 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel even older now. You know what 10 days from today is?
What?
It's a day.
Oh, that's right. It's your birthday. Yes.
I'm going to be so
Just
old.
Another click of the odometer. I'll tell you. Just another click.
I don't want to be that old. I don't like the number.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
We're not talking about
No, we don't need to talk about that. It's fine. It's fine. Just another day. That's how I look at it.
The crappy furniture goes away.
That's how I feel about does that fall on the same day?
Yeah, that's what you did.
If anyone wants, the clock is ticking.
In fact, you asked me, do we have anything going on that day?
Right.
And I went, no.
The clock is ticking on this. If anyone, and I'm serious, this is not a bit. I know a few years ago, Peter White and I did this bit where we were trying to get rid of we were trying to sell the couch here in the studio. But no, this is for real. Jenny and I have a fold-out couch and a, what do you call it?
Lounge?
A lounger.
It's kind of like a small L-shaped thing.
Yes. We've tried to get rid of them. We don't want any money for them. We just need more room. If anyone wants them, reach out to me, because on the 16th, the Salvation Army is coming to pick them up. So we've tried to give them away. They're in good condition. They just need a little bit of a cleaning, but they actually haven't been used very much, which is part of why we're getting rid of them, because nobody sits on them.
I hate them.
Yes. So
I don't like them no more.
So if you want them, you can have them, but you got to come pick them up, and you got to come do it soon, because they are scheduled to be taken away. So I can cancel that if somebody wants them, but you got to hurry up and let me know, because it's already like you said, it's only 10 days away. So because
there was nothing else going on that day.
Right.
What's going on that day?
Well,
nothing. Oh, well, they can come get the furniture then. Okay.
Well, that's when I asked you that. I just meant as far as appointments or anything.
Give me a break. You had no remembrance whatsoever what day it was when you asked me.
Yes,
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, because
No, you didn't.
when I pick up your prescriptions, I have to give them your birthday.
Oh, really?
So yes. So your birthday is one of the few birthdays I do actually remember, because I'm horrible at birthdays. Even my own. I swear to God, this happens sometimes, because my birthday is October 26th, but I don't post it.
I knew that.
Yes, but very few people do, because I don't make it public like on Facebook or anything. I hide it because I just don't care about my birthday. I care so little about my birthday. There's been years where somebody else will wish me a happy birthday, and I'll be like, what? Oh yeah, it is my birthday. Because to me, birthdays aren't that exciting. I mean, when you're a kid, it's fun. You get cake and ice cream and presents. When you're an adult, it's like, oh, good, it's time to register and inspect my car.
I still get cake.
Oh.
My mom makes me cake.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying.
She made me an amazing cheesecake.
It's more fun when you're a kid. Yes, the cheesecake, yes. Quite lovely, quite lovely. Well, let's see, 603-250-6007. If you'd like to join us, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. John Hopwood, in fact, did send me something over the text line, but it's actually the link to an article that we'll see if we can get to. You can also email me, matt@mattconnarton.com. And of course, you can always interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is give us a call at 603-250-6007. And I'm just looking at my phone to see if I got a message from anybody.
I see Miriam in the chat room, and congratulations to you. Awesome share. She got her hearing aids today.
Oh, very good.
And as a fellow hearing aid wearer, I love my ears. If you've ever thought about if you really have hearing loss, seriously, it's great. It's a new world. It really is. Like I spent weeks just walking around experiencing new sounds that I didn't even know were there. Things I even forgot what they sounded like.
I haven't had my hearing tested, but I wonder, I'm fairly certain that I have what I believe is called nerve deafness, because there are some sounds, you've even commented to me that there are some sounds I'll hear, and you've said, oh, wow, you can actually hear that? So I think certain frequencies I can still hear really well, but other frequencies...
Well, that's what hearing loss is, dear.
Right, but other frequencies I can't hear as well.
That's hearing loss, dear.
Yeah. Because
when they stick you in the room, they play a bunch of frequencies. You click the little thingy on the ones that you hear, and the ones that you don't, there's the ones that they count.
Yeah, because, some of you know I'm a musician, and I've played in a bunch of bands, and, I would tend to wear earplugs at band practice, but not necessarily while on stage in some cases. And, when I was younger, I went to some concerts where I probably should have been wearing earplugs where maybe I didn't. And
I wish I did.
Yeah, and that does add up.
This is awful.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely. Oh, I have tinnitus. Fortunately, it's not too severe. I only notice it if I'm by myself in a very quiet room. That's when I can hear the buzzing. Other than that, I don't really notice it. I'm not conscious of it, which is good. But that will get worse eventually because inevitably it does as we get older. But so far, so good. But there are times when I'll be sitting here doing the show and I'll catch myself like even now, I'm like, do my headphones need to be as loud in my ears as they are? Actually, no. But I just, without even thinking about it, I've got them cranked. Why? Just to hear my own voice? I mean, I need to hear what's going on, but they don't need to be that loud. But it's a habit, you know? But I don't listen to, aside from doing the show, I do not listen to music with headphones anymore. And I haven't for a very long time. And I started to wean myself off of that when I first began to notice the tinnitus, because that's a big thing. You know, people just, we like music is best heard loud generally. So we like to put on the headphones and turn it up. And it's a joyous thing. But at the same time, there is a long-term cost to that. So I
never listened.
I don't want to do any further
had to learn
damage.
the hard way.
Yes.
Now I have ears.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how most of us learn it. We have our first call of the week on the program. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
This is your buddy, Mark.
Hey, Mark. How are you? Mark from Texas.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I was just enjoying a little bit of rain from that hurricane that's going to go by Florida.
Yes. So you're getting some of that?
Yeah. In fact, it's only 80 degrees right here right now.
What is it?
80 degrees.
80? Yeah.
It might be hotter in New Hampshire than it is in Texas right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's probably about 90 here. And it's super humid. It feels like it could rain at any moment, but it hasn't yet. I almost wish it would. It might cool things down a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, I heard Jenny was saying it was hot over there too. Yeah.
It is hot.
Hey, Jenny, what's up?
I'm plotzing.
Yeah,
I'm plotzing here.
That's how hot it is here, Mark. She's plotzing.
That's a new word for me too. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
I'll teach you all kinds of crazy words.
Plotzing.
No, plotzing.
I thought you said plotzing. You got to put a little
not that much.
Put a little bit of the throat into it.
I didn't tell you to spit anything out.
Oh, I don't know. I can't speak that.
Can't take you anywhere.
I know. Well, that's why I drive.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those Hebrew words are very guttural.
It's not Hebrew.
And
Oh, it's not?
What's that?
It's Yiddish.
Oh.
Well, that's like Hebrew slang, right? Is essentially what Yiddish is.
Yeah.
I'm just realizing now. I'd never thought about it before. What is the difference? So Yiddish.
They're two different languages.
But
Hebrew is Hebrew and Yiddish is Yiddish.
But they are different?
Yes.
Okay.
They have different words.
Okay.
Different things.
Oh, no, all right.
Yiddish has a few nastier words.
Oh my goodness.
At least that's the way it was in my
be careful.
in my purview of knowledge.
Well, let's be careful with that. We are on FM radio.
Called a bunch of those.
I don't want to have to hit the dump button. We
now
are
that I think about it. Oh yeah.
We are on an 8-second delay, but still, I mean, please.
Yeah, we might need that.
Mm-hmm. How's everything else there, Mark? Good?
Oh yeah, we're doing well, man.
Good.
Just a giant cantaloupe out of the garden today, about the size of my head.
That sounds like a very large cantaloupe.
Cantaloupes are nummy.
Mm.
Yeah, it had to get married, because it's cantaloupe.
Did you say it had to get married?
That's what I thought he said.
Yeah.
You married the
cantaloupe.
Oh, cantaloupe.
Wah,
Oh, boy.
I'm being funny.
Oh, boy. Oh, you sure are. Wow. Look at you. Oh, boy.
I should be punished.
Oh.
That's for unsheathed.
Oh, boy. Well, no, pun-ish. Get it?
I went a different
Maybe
way.
put into the penitentiary.
The penitentiary, yes. Oh, boy. Well, Mark.
Are you guys going to keep this up?
Yeah, no.
I'm getting nauseous over here.
Well, Mark, thank you for calling in to pontificate. We appreciate it.
Seriously.
Yeah. I just caught you at the beginning of your show. I just wondered what's going to be the topic today.
Oh, we're never sure. I usually have about 5 or 6 different things ready to go, and then I let the spirit move me. So I'm never sure because The spirit, yes. Well, there's always multiple. There's so many things going on at once at any given moment that I don't come in with a set topic. Like I said, I usually have several different things, and sometimes we don't get to any of them. Sometimes the whole thing goes out the window. You just never know. It's very unpredictable.
Not unusual with you.
That's right. Sometimes I zig when you think I'm going to zag.
As long as you don't get what?
Plutzed?
No.
Oh, I don't know. What?
Really?
What? As long as I don't get what?
Fired.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yes, that is true.
Haven't we drilled this lesson?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Mark,
God.
but because occasionally someone will ask me, someone will say to me, Matt, what is your goal with your show? What is your objective? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And my answer is always the same. I tell everybody, my goal is to be able to come in here every day from 4 to 6 p.m. and not get fired. And so far, so good.
Well, I'm glad to see that we shook the cobwebs out of your brain for you to remember that.
Yes, yes. Good to have goals, yes.
I actually had a question for you, too, on your Friday show that you're part of, the flashback.
Oh,
retrospective, you call it?
Retrospectrum Radio, yes.
You said you do that with Dan. Is Dan doing that with you, too?
Yes. Dan was not able to join us this past Friday, but yes, Dan is with us on Friday nights. So, yeah, you should tune in for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Would you call
Like
it
you're
rectum?
getting the band back together, man.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Dan and I actually, Dan and I have done quite a few podcasts over the years. In fact, he used to do one with a friend of ours, Chris Rose, and I was kind of the third mic on that. It has a name I can't really say on this show. But also, the original version of Matt Connarton Unleashed years ago, before I brought it to FM radio, was Dan was kind of my unofficial co-host on that show. So, yeah, we've done a lot of broadcasting together.
Has Jenny seen the video?
Video?
Oh, of our performance?
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Weird video?
Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, let me remedy that right quick.
Okay.
I thought I saw something.
Is that up on YouTube?
Oh, no. I'm
Yes, it
thinking
is.
of a
I'm
different
gonna pull
video
it
I
up and
saw.
send it the link.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Very good.
I will definitely take a peek at it.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, old friend. Well, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Yeah. Always good chatting with you.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeehaw!
All right. Bye-bye. All right, our friend Mark, my old friend Mark Kastick from Texas. I should have asked him if he had seen
the rain.
if he had seen Texas Mike. We have another
Yeah,
call.
he's still missing.
Yeah. Hi,
Mikey.
hi. Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
This is Ron, and just wanted to say hi, and I just wanted to say on the air, smooth jazz.
Oh, yeah. You heard the best of
That's a
from
true
yesterday.
fan
Yeah,
right there.
of
There's a
course.
true fan right there.
Matt
There you
Connarton,
go, there you go.
smooth
I got
jazz
nothing to
experience.
contribute. I just had to say smooth jazz.
Oh, yes. You like the smooth jazz. Do you think we should make that a regular thing, Ron, rather?
Give it a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll find out. But that time, it worked well.
Yes. Very good. All right, Ron. Well, thank you for the input. Always appreciate it.
Okay, guys, be good.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
I don't want to be good. Why does everybody say be good?
So
I
for-
don't want to be good.
So for those who don't know what Ron was referring to, so yesterday, because it was, the 4th fell on Sunday, so yesterday was our holiday, so we were off. So instead of the live show airing, it was the best of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and one of the segments that was included in that particular best of episode was from April 1st, 2019.
I remember that.
Yes, when I came in.
Yep.
And did a special edition of Matt Connarton's Smooth Jazz Experience. And it sounds like it was a big hit with Ron. So maybe we'll we'll harken back and just remember that.
It really has
and do a little
been
bit.
years, Maddie.
I've got, for those watching online, I do have my sunglasses. Maybe we'll give you a little taste of the Matt Connarton Smooth Jazz Experience right now.
Getting groovy.
Oh yeah. Matt Connarton's Smooth Jazz Experience. It is groovy. Listen to that bass. Yeah.
3 notes.
Yeah. Maybe 4. Count Kind of puts me in the mood for some Kenny G.
You feel the vibe, man?
Yeah,
Love that vibe.
the smooth jazz. Don't let those bird brains tell you there's anything wrong with smooth jazz.
No, wait, we got to talk about the birds.
They ain't hip,
No, we got to talk about the birds.
and they ain't hep.
They're not real.
Oh,
They're drones.
right.
No such thing as real birds anymore. They're all government drones.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's not groovy at all.
Spies.
Hope
Birds
you
are
all.
extinct. They're all spies.
Yes. Hope you're enjoying the smooth jazz, the smooth sounds. Listen to those drums.
Getting a little repetitive.
Well, Brooklyn Mike did say I used the word groovy more than 100 times on that day. But there you go. A little bit of the smooth jazz experience.
I think I just got nauseated.
Yeah, I really, yeah. But anyway, yeah, but that is, of course, you can find that up on the YouTube
Now that
if
I
you want
remember
to.
it, can I forget it again?
You can. Well, you'll never forget smooth jazz.
No,
I mean,
wait. Can't you, like, hypnotize me to forget it?
No. Now, what I can do, for those of you who don't know, I am a hypnotherapist and certified, of course, with the National Guild of
you're
Hypnotists.
certified.
I am. Now, you cannot use hypnosis and hypnotherapy to help someone forget something. However, you can help them to emotionally detach from the memory. So that I can help you with.
Kind of like EMDR.
Yes, very much like that. You cannot actually erase memories, but you can sort of blur them and swish them, as we say in neurolinguistic programming, so that they have no meaning anymore. Yes,
but there's no spitting, just swishing, right?
Right. Correct. Yes.
Don't swallow.
Right. No, you're thinking of the dentist.
Oh, okay.
Very different from the hypnotherapist. But the line is open for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Again, you can also text me at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. But the best thing to do is give us a call, 603-250-6007. I do want to take a moment and say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat, and then we'll get into some stuff. And if you're just joining us, of course, it is Tuesday, which means our friend Mike Sudderth will be joining us in the second hour for his weekly Tweakonomics segment. But Jenny, I see you're in the Facebook live chat.
I'm everywhere and nowhere.
Yes.
Where am I?
You're here. You're at the news desk. Dirk Don joins us in the chat. Dirk, of course, from Arrogant Media.
My new favorite friend.
Yes, we like Dirk very much. Absolutely.
I've never had a perfect stranger just defend me like that. That was just like so amazing.
Yes.
That somebody else, which is really weird when you think, actually, it's kind of sad when you think about it in the sense that a perfect stranger was willing to speak when some of those whom I know remained silent.
Well,
and allowed the racism to stand in the air.
Well, of course, you're referring, just to offer some context, you're referring, of course, to the Crazy Joe saga, which
his anti-Semitic rants.
Yes, which seems to have
which a stranger
come to
took notice of and made hay about, was not going to allow it to go unnoticed or go without being told it was disgustingly wrong.
Well, that was the one of the upsides to that whole thing is we made some new friends like Dirk Don, like Dylan Reynolds, also strengthened relationships with some other friends like Charles Richardson of the Charles Richardson Show, who's in the chat room. And, he really came out and helped.
I've heard that poem and I've read it a zillion times about, they came for the socialists and I wasn't a socialist, so I didn't say anything. That whole thing. I've heard it a zillion times.
Yes.
Shared it just as many. Never felt the effect of it more than I did this. I've had people. It's not that I haven't ever been in a situation where somebody defended me because somebody was, because unfortunately that has happened.
Yes.
But they've always been people I knew.
Mm-hmm.
No, but to have somebody who doesn't know you reach out and go, "This is not okay. I'm going to speak. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to say something."
Yeah.
That is just it's an amazing feeling. It kind of gave me back a little bit of a sense of, well, there's still some good stuff out there with people, because the last year has shown me so much nasty and negativity that just to experience something that positive and that amazing.
Yeah.
And I say that because it's not positive to have somebody become anti-Semitic, but it's amazingly positive to see perfect strangers stand up and say, not on our watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Dirk said in the chat, don't think of it as sad because it was a perfect chance to make fun of an idiot on the internet. It's my favorite thing to do. Well, there you go.
And we need to flush them all out. I mean, obviously, It's been in the news.
Name them and shame them.
There's a story going right now where a guy was caught on video doing a racist rant. He used the N-word. He confronted this black gentleman, and he didn't care. He was nasty. But it got caught on video, and it got shared. And if you saw it, it's in the news. The police had to get there and kind of like try and keep peace. There's protesters on his front lawn. And then another video surfaced of the same guy getting nastier and laying hands, I think. And they actually arrested the guy, and people were throwing stuff at him as they tried to bring him out of the house to put him in the cruiser. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And that was pretty remarkable to see people do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There was a day when that would have never happened. In a million years, nobody would have ever defended.
Right.
They would have been like, oh, that's just the way it is.
Easy G, by the way, is in the chat room, so we know he's okay. He says happy Tuesday. He'll be here, as far as we know, on Thursday. For his entertainment report. Mike Pelopita, I think I mentioned, is in the chat room. Mike, of course, from Queen City Cabinetry. Rob Dion, who is a top fan and is the entertainment reporter on the morning show. Every Thursday morning, he brings in his keyboard and does Name That Tune. Very, very popular segment.
He has a regular day.
Absolutely. He also, yes, that's true, yes.
See?
Same day as Easy G, now that you mention it.
Now, wasn't always that day.
That's true.
Because it was Monday.
And he also is a host
of
Through the Stage Door.
And it was Tuesday. Just saying.
Dirk says, in celebration of the 4th of July, I waged war against the British in Age of Empires 2. I lost. Dirk is a gamer. It actually does a podcast about gaming. He does a lot of great content. Eric Street is a top fan. He says, I like seafood, but I tried crab meat yesterday and was not a fan at all. Yeah.
I like king crab.
I don't like any seafood. Oh,
I love seafood.
Wayne Noel is a top fan all the way from Michigan and says, afternoon, Matt and everyone. Hello, Wayne. Miriam Banish, as you mentioned earlier, is in the chat. Charles Richardson apparently also has tinnitus. He says, oh, yeah, I got ringing in my ears. Miriam says, paper being moved across a table makes a noise, and I haven't heard it in years.
The first time I laughed in the office when they turned the hearing aids on, I just threw my hands up over my mouth, went, oh my God,
yeah.
I'm so loud. And they were only 80% on.
Yeah. Dan Lavasser is also in the chat. Hello, Dan. Mike Sudderth is in the chat, says, see you at the top of the hour. We look forward to that. Let's see. Oh, Mike Pelopita says, I think he's referring to the smooth jazz experience. He says, I heard it for the first time yesterday, going to have to listen to the whole show. Yes, I recommend it. That was April 1st, 2019.
Okay, geez, don't bring it back again. I could go along to get along once, but after that...
Charles says, smooth hurricane down here.
Hopefully nothing bad happens, yeah.
Very nice. Mark says, check your messenger for the video.
I will.
Yes,
I absolutely will.
Very good. Very good. Well, again, if you'd like to join us, the number is 603-250-6007. I did see something very exciting for some people.
Chocolate? Is there chocolate coming?
No.
Pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
Oh, no, pineapple, no. Oh, now I'm looking for it. Did I lose it? It was on rawstory.com.
It's not a prize.
Oh, Mike Lindell has made an announcement.
Oh, God, I saw that.
Yes. Oh, here it is. So for those of you who are on pins and needles waiting for this very, what in your minds could be a triumphant day, certainly not in my view, but according to Mike Lindell, the morning of August 13th is when Trump will officially be president again. So for those of you,
What day?
August 13th.
Is it a Friday?
That will be that'll be just wait, when is my dad's birthday is in August. I think it's later in the month though. See, I'm bad at birthdays.
Is it
I don't know.
if it's a Friday, then it'd be Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Maybe Jason's going to hold the Bible for him to swear back in.
Oh, that would be exciting. Let's see. The 13th is a Friday. Yes.
Aha! See?
Yeah.
I nailed it. It's witchcraft.
Yes. So for those of you
It's witchcraft.
For those of you who have been pining away, waiting for August to hurry up and get here, according to Mike Lindell, there is now an official date. It says here, My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell has set August 13 as the day that former President Donald Trump will officially be the leader of the United States. For months, Lindell has promised that Trump would be back in office in August following a new inauguration. The MyPillow CEO revealed the date for Trump's takeover in an interview over the weekend. He said, quote, "By the time of the morning of August the 13th, it will be the talk of the world.
Thou sayest the Lord.
Let's get this election pulled down. Let's right the right. Let's get these communists
Right
out."
the right?
Yes.
Jesus, did he take that right out of Hitler's only book?
I don't know.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
he didn't-
Right the
He didn't say Reich. He said right.
the right. He literally said that.
Yes.
Have you not heard that before?
Right the right?
Yeah.
No, is that in Mein Kampf? I don't
Well,
think.
it is in white supremacy.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Do they say that? Let's right the right?
I've heard that before.
Oh, okay.
I have heard it before.
He also said, let's get these communists out that have taken over, and then you'll see. And he was telling this to conservative host Brannon Howes. Brannon? It's not a name I've heard. He also said, quote, "Right now, the biggest concern is getting this election pulled down. Trump won. I mean, it's pretty simple," unquote. Wow.
God.
Wow, this is remarkable. So those of you...
The insanity never ends.
Those of you QAnon followers, you have something to you just got to hang in there a little longer, and your hero will be returned to you.
It's like watching the Hale-Bopp comet come.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. We just get to sit back and we get to watch this Friday the 13th event come up. This sounds like a good day. You know, I think I'll take a trip to Salem that day.
Oh.
Massachusetts.
Whoops.
Seems like a good day to go to Salem.
Why is that?
It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay. Melanie.
Maybe the witches are going to gather to keep him from getting sworn back in. That's what it is.
Well, they did claim. By the way, Melanie is in the chat room. She says, "Where can I get my ticket to the inauguration?" Yeah, I don't think we're going to see those show up on LiveNation.com or anything. But yes, there was a claim during the Trump administration that that witches were using witchcraft to impede President Trump's agenda.
Well, that's why he didn't win the election, don't you know?
Oh, the witchcraft. Yes, yes.
That's why on this Friday the 13th in August, it's the magic day. The moon will be in whatever temple, and Leo's going to be flying through, and Poseidon's going to be sitting there, and they're going to anoint him. Oh yeah, they're going to come down with a crown, and they're going to shove it on his head.
Well, I have to tell you,
and he has to bleed.
Oh,
isn't that how it works?
I don't know any.
There's no blood flow. I don't think it counts.
You know way more about this than I do. This is all new to me. Now, I will say, though, as much as I have great disdain for Donald Trump and don't want him to return to the presidency, everything you've just described does sound very exciting. And while a part of me is filled with a terrible sense of dread, part of me is also kind of excited.
Well, that's why the My Pillow guy put holy water on all the pillows.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
So you can rest well.
Oh.
Yeah, see. In the beginning, there wasn't any holy water, and that's why it didn't work out so well. But he rectified that.
Oh, good.
And the saint came down from the sky, and there was a thunderbolt, the lightning, and he bled.
Melanie just said something in the Facebook chat that I don't think I can read on the air, but that's very funny.
You know, now that she just said that, she brought a story back to mind. The Pope just had colon surgery. Could you imagine being the Pope's colon surgeon?
I'll tell you what.
I mean, what a weird place to be going on the Pope.
Well, if
he's like supposed to be God on earth, right?
Well, no.
For catechism?
Not God
like
on
the
earth.
closest human to God.
Well, they regard him, and I know this because I was raised Catholic, they regard him as infallible.
Is he like a walking saint or pre-saint?
It's funny. I remember, though, when Pope Francis, how angry Christians were all over the world when Pope Francis first became Pope, and he had the temerity to suggest that maybe we should actually care about poor people, and people went not. What kind of a man of God would suggest?
Which one's the one that was chucking people out? Which one was the one that was chucking people out of the fancy houses and stuff? Is that Francis?
Oh yeah,
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He was taking their houses. He was taking their cars. Like, you don't need this stuff. Poor people need this stuff. Get out of here. We're going to melt this down and make it rice. I like that guy.
Oh, I do too. It's interesting when you get a religious leader who's actually interested in
religion.
In religion, yeah.
No, right?
Dirk Don says, "I'm so glad the Church of Satan stays out of political action." Well, I don't know. I think it might be time for the Church of Satan to come off the bench there,
Seriously,
Dirk. What do you think?
You're kind of slacking there.
Yeah, I mean,
Step up to the plate. I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses ain't coming because they don't believe in voting and stuff, but
right.
you do.
They don't believe in government.
So
that's true.
Yeah, that's right. It's not their fault, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the billions of people in the world, only 100,000 are going to make it. Isn't that the number?
Well, those aren't great
Magic
odds.
100,000?
I don't like those odds. I have to be honest.
Katie Brewer taught us that when she came.
I feel like I'm going to get left out of that. And I don't like to be left out of cool stuff, you know.
No, I thought your people were supposed to go. Wait, is that my people?
My
You're supposed
people?
to go to purgatory first. You go to a hangout.
That is true.
And you got to stay in the hangout until somebody calls your name.
I vividly recall.
Y'all got like the DMV of the afterlife.
I vividly recall Sister Margarita, when I was at St. John's Regional School. I remember
Smack
her.
you with a ruler?
No, she actually no. It was more progressive in that sense. There wasn't any of that. No one was getting hit with a ruler.
You went to Catholic light school.
Yeah, in a way. There was corporal punishment, but they were
really?
but they were careful with it. There wasn't a lot of hitting people with rulers. You might get paddled on the backside. I never did. You had to do something really bad, though, for even that to happen.
Oh, shoot. If I breathed, I got paddled.
But I do remember Sister Margarita explaining you go to purgatory to burn off your sins, and then you get to go to heaven.
That's the whole thing?
Yeah.
But I thought the burning was after the fact.
What do you mean?
You get burned before and after. Well, if you don't make it, you're supposed to go to burn, right?
Well, if you go to hell, you burn for eternity, but
so they try to burn it off, but if they can't burn it off, then they throw you in with everybody else?
No. From what I recall, and forgive me, I'm not a master theologian. I know this is shocking to all of you, but from what I recall, if you're supposed to go to hell, you just go straight to hell. But if you're supposed to go to heaven, you stop in purgatory first. They burn off your sins, and then once you're pure, then you get to go to hell. So you might be in purgatory.
To heaven?
To heaven, rather. I'm sorry.
What
yes.
if you're kind of middle of the road? Do you go to purgatory where you get kind of a maybe you might make it?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
Or it's like not close enough. Boom, down to hell with you.
No, I don't think that's
Burn.
an option. I think it's either hell or purgatory. But it's
That's
not.
it, huh?
It's not like
You guys are depressing.
if you make it to purgatory, you're actually in good shape. There's going to be some discomfort, but you're on your way to heaven. It's a one-way street. There's no go to purgatory and then, oh, no, we can't help you. You're going to hell. Once you're in purgatory, you get to keep going once you're done with whatever.
Kind of like whether or not you have a coin to cross the river Styx. You got your coin, you can give it a shot, but if you don't, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's where that came from. Oh, no, I don't know.
But once you're in hell, that's it. It's
all done. It's all over.
It's eternal damnation.
Without rest or relief.
Melanie is asking in the chat, careful with corporal punishment. Is that even possible? Well, yeah. So the Catholic school that I went to.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They were not. It wasn't like you see on TV or in movies or you read about in books. They weren't, oh, you're writing left-handed, we're going to whack you with a ruler. It wasn't anything like that. You could get sent, if you did something really bad, you could get sent to the principal's office and Sister Roseanne might hit you with a paddle a couple of times, but you had to do something really bad. There wasn't a lot of that. I remember once there was a kid who got paddled by the teacher. The paddle was always there. It was hanging on the wall, but they didn't use it much. It was more like,
It was the thought that counted.
Yeah. And it was more like, you're going to have to sit in the corner or you're going to have detention. They really weren't into hitting you unless they really felt compelled to. So, yeah. So they were pretty,
tick them off enough and you're getting it.
they were, yeah. But pretty laid back in hindsight. Part of that might
We're
be
like the last generation that got beaten.
I guess so.
That's a good thing.
I mean,
That's a good thing.
Part of it might be, too, that, it wasn't only nuns. The staff there was a mix of nuns and non-nuns, for lack of a better term.
Were they like awaiting their mass nunning?
No. No, they would hire teachers who were not nuns. They probably had to at least be Catholic, but some of the teachers were not nuns. And the nuns that were there, they did not have to wear their habits. And sometimes they didn't. So it was kind of a progressive Catholic school.
Yeah. Yours was out there.
I think the only one, in fact, if I remember correctly, I think the only one who actually wore the full habit was Sister Roseanne, the principal.
I thought they weren't supposed to show their hair.
No, they were. This was like more of a liberal Catholic, if that's a thing.
See, that's the problem. Your dad sent you to a liberal Catholic school. And that's where there is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. See, they didn't beat your butt enough.
That's why I have all these liberal ideas, like, taking care of poor people and stuff. No, but it was good. Actually, I mean, it was a good school. It probably still is. I don't know. We had to wear uniforms.
I didn't get beat at school. I got beat when I got home.
Yeah. Let's see. Dirk Don in the chat says, nope, this is because Satanists are supposed to be, regarding, not getting involved in government. Satanists are supposed to be individualists, and having the church take political action violates this. Some in the church are left wing and some are right wing. And we should clarify.
Do they vote?
Probably, but I don't know. Dirk can answer that, but I assume, or some of them probably do, some of them probably don't. They're individuals. They can do what they like. But we should clarify. Our listeners probably know this already, but Satanists don't literally. I mean, I assume Dirk.
It's not what you saw on TV.
I assume Dirk is a LaVeyan. Again, Dirk, you can clarify that. I think I asked you that during our interview, actually. They don't literally worship the devil. Yeah, but like I said,
And drink the blood of children?
I don't think they do that either, but I would hope not. But
that's only the super elites.
But I think, that's what they do at that's what Hillary does at the pizza parlor.
No, that's what
remember?
Q said they do.
Q, yes. Well, of course. Right. Well, including Hillary at the pizza parlor.
No, her
drinking
job's
the blood.
to kill people. She's supposed to kill people.
Right, but
she does all the killing. Everybody else does the drinking.
Oh, I assumed she would take part of the blood.
Probably gets the best.
Oh, Mike Pelopita said, do you mean Left Behind with the rapture? Is that what you were referring to earlier?
No, no.
The 100,000 who get taken away?
No.
Kirk Cameron's in on that.
If I'm correct in my understanding.
Michael Seaver.
It's literally like that's the only people who are going to be worthy. Because, remember when wasn't it Holly Brewer that was on?
Holly Brewer, yes.
And she was talking about how they passed the plate around with the crackers and stuff, and nobody gets to take it unless you're considered somebody who happens to be one of the 100,000 who's actually going to make it. Everybody else don't make it. It's literally, that's all who make it. That's what I thought. That's what she said, wasn't it?
It's kind of a blur.
So yeah, it's not the Left Behind thing, because the Left Behind thing, that's the rapture thing where there can be a whole bunch of people.
You can find my interview with Holly Brewer, of course, on YouTube. If you just search Matt Connarton Unleashed Holly Brewer, it'll come right up. Dirk says, yep, I vote, and not as a Satanist, but as my own person. Yeah. They're
what
all
a
about
novel idea.
They're all about individualism, yes.
As a person.
Stacy Lawton is in the chat room. Hello, Stacy. Melanie says, sweet, heathens get a direct flight, no layovers. Right, yes, heathens go straight to hell.
I love it. There's a good song called Demons Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Dirk says, which work? You might be thinking of the Satanic Temple, which isn't a representation of Satanism, but instead is a political advocacy group that fronts as a religious organization and has a history of using people for their own gain.
That's what my grandmother said about Jews for Jesus. They just want your money. That's all they want.
The Messianic Jews.
Well,
yes.
no, there's Messianic Jews and then there's Jews for Jesus.
Those are different things? Well, the concept
According
is
to
the
my
same, isn't it?
grandmother, yes, it was different. According to her, there was a difference. Jews for Jesus were just an affront organization. They were off. They weren't good people. They just wanted money. But the actual Messianics were practicing. Like practice Judaism, believe in that the Messiah already came.
Yes.
Now we're getting way too deep.
Stefan Philbrook in the chat says, yes, don't forget to pay the ferryman. Although there is a song that talks about don't pay the ferryman until he gets you to the other side. You know, you don't want to pay the ferryman and then you don't get to the other side.
I don't think it works that way. I think you got to prepay or they don't take you.
Yeah, I don't know.
They'll leave you a butt on the side.
Boy, I'll tell you, you got to remember to bring your debit card into the afterlife. I'll just say that.
There are people that believe, and I saw it in the hospital. I witnessed it. People putting money in a person's hands.
Yeah.
So they had it for afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
for real, they had crumpled money in their hands.
Sure. Well, plus too, I mean, if you're going to end up in purgatory, you might want some snacks.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's no chocolate, I'm not going.
Well, you don't want chocolate in purgatory. It's hot there. Not as hot as hell, but you do chocolate. No,
I want chocolate all the time.
You're gonna want maybe an ice cream bar,
if it's chocolate,
or maybe a popsicle.
If it's chocolate,
no, you're not gonna want chocolate there.
Yes,
I really, I'm pretty sure.
Say thee nay, you don't touch my chocolate.
Well, I'm gonna ask Sister Margarita about
I
that.
don't like you no more.
Scott Perry from the Courtesy Call podcast is in the chat room. Of course, Courtesy Call, a great political podcast. It comes out every Sunday. And Scott shared a link in the chat. He does a great job with that.
The sky's going to go boom.
I think Melanie's, what do you mean?
Thunderstorms.
Thunder? Oh.
Thunderstorms predicted for New England area.
I think Melanie is really confused about my explanation of what it was like at the Catholic school I went to. No, they really didn't. They really, she says, they beat me, but it wasn't too bad. No, they really tried to avoid beating you.
No, you're missing the point, dear. All beatings are bad, in other words.
Right, but they wouldn't beat.
It's still getting hit.
They'd hit you.
No part of getting hit is good.
Well, they'd hit you, but it wasn't like a repeated bludgeoning. It was just more of a, hey, let's make sure you remember not to do that again kind of hitting. You know what I mean?
And I have to say, Dirk's in the chat room, and he heard what I said. And he said, Jenny, were you talking about Demons Are a Girl's Best Friend from Powerwolf? That band is incredible. Yes, they are.
Oh.
I saw them at Leeuwarden in the Netherlands, and it was amazing. They're incredible in live. That's the band I was telling you about that has so much pyrotechnics. Like, you can feel the heat coming off. It's insane how much pyrotechnics they had on stage. The dude came out with a friggin' flamethrower in addition to the pylons that are shooting up off of. You could feel the heat. You really could feel it.
Ramstein is known for that too. It gets very hot. Stefan in the chat says corporate punishment is still allowed in like 20 states. It's crazy. That actually doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all either. We still allow children to get married.
Yeah, that's
so there's that too.
Well, probably in the same 20 states.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yes. Let's see. Stefan says, what type of currency is recognized by the ferryman? Does he offer good exchange rates for other foreign currencies? Oh, that's a good question.
Maybe it's a shilling?
Maybe.
Maybe it's a silver thing. Maybe it's a silver coin.
Yes. Oh, that could
silver
be.
Silver also keeps its value.
That could be.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. Did you want to? We'll take a break in a moment, and then we'll come back and do your segment. But I what's that?
They take euros. I knew the answer.
The ferryman takes the euros.
Well, yeah, because we were wondering because we haven't been.
I thought it was a dinar.
Oh wait. Oh, you're on the other mic. No, that's fine. I just got to bring up the other mic there.
Well, I'm screwed either way.
Oh. No, we got you.
It's the Keystone Cops of radio.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy, huh?
No, we just, we haven't been dead, so we're not sure how this works with the ferryman and does he take a debit card?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Oh, that means, oh no. See,
no.
I'm doomed.
I don't, because I'm not into cryptocurrency.
Totally not into cryptocurrency.
I mean, I'll do what I have to do,
Tried
I
it
guess.
once. Wasn't a good idea.
Do what I have to do to save my soul. But,
Tales from the Crypto.
I
yes.
remember that. I do. I used to love that.
Oh, Tales
show.
from the Crypt.
Yes.
Yes. It's very frightening.
No, it wasn't.
Well, the guy there with the
No, he
skeleton.
wasn't. He
The
was
Crypt
cute.
Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper,
Keeper
yes.
was cute.
He was very frightening to
He
me.
was cute.
I would see him in my nightmares.
No,
I
it was cute.
I still do.
Really?
It was frightening stuff.
Jeez.
Yes. Well, I guess that was the idea.
You want me to get you a snuggle puppy to sleep with?
Well, no, I just, I
We
just
can
don't.
get you one of those special pillows that has a heartbeat in it.
Don't. What?
Don't. You can go to sleep listening to it.
What are you talking about? Is that a thing?
Actually, it is. You can actually get. They have ones that supposed to sound like moms that help the baby sleep.
Oh. That actually sounds frightening.
It's a telltale heart
Charles.
in real
boy.
life.
You went all Edgar Allan Poe on us.
I did.
Charles was suggesting, he said Dogecoin. I think he means Dogecoin, also referred to as dog money. Ooh,
Dog money.
I could play that song at the
Ew.
break. Well, we are going to take a break in a
You don't
moment.
make money out of dogs.
Mike Sudderth is here. What do you have planned for us today, Mike?
We're going to talk a little bit about a subject we hit on the other day. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were talking about NCAA athletes and how they weren't allowed to use likeness to make a little bit of pocket change, and the laws are changing, my friends.
Oh.
So I thought that would be a good juice for us. I'm going to talk a little bit about the emotional side of economics again with some phrases that real estate agents use that I think are very interesting that statistically turn out to be true. And I've got I want to be very careful how I say this. It's not a stock tip, but it's a stock tip.
Oh.
It's an industry stock tip. It is not go buy, Apple or something.
Okay, good.
More
All
of a
right.
generalized. This one seems
An
to be
industry, yeah,
decent.
an industry that I was very surprised when I was reading into
What could
stuff.
that be? What industry?
Well, we'll find out. We'll
gonna
find
find
out. So we're gonna play.
Inquiring minds want to know.
We're going to play a couple quick songs and then play the commercial spots so we can show some love to our wonderful sponsors. And then we'll be back on the other side with Mike Sudderth is here with his Tweakonomics segment. And so plenty more to come. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. We are well into hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed. And we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Facebook on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And of course, you can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your social media links and contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online. And today is Tuesday, July 6, 2021. I almost said Monday again. And, of course, I do want to remind you we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street. Don't go there today because Monday and Tuesday is their weekend, but they will be open tomorrow. And, of course, Thursday nights have trivia with the great Bill Cini. Friday nights, Grant Lampton plays there. The guy at the news desk, I think, is familiar with him.
Yes, absolutely.
Twin.
Yep,
Yes.
he's a rising star.
Yes, yes.
Doppelganger even.
They do Sunday brunch at the
Handsome
Hop Knot.
devil.
Yes. All kinds of exciting things happening there, and we're very honored and privileged to have them as a sponsor. Jenny is on the couch.
I am.
Yes.
I'm
And
lounging.
yes, lounging on the couch and joining us at the news desk.
Hello, it's me, Mike Sudderth. Today on Tweakonomics, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Some of the things I've jotted down to talk about are the topic about the NCAA players and those of them who get famous in college, and how the laws have changed and or are changing so that they may get compensated. A couple of other things I want to talk about, the emotional side of economics that I try to weave into the show. Terms used by real estate agents that have proven to up sales. And I won't say 100% of the time, but statistically, which I like to lean on the numbers side of things, terms and words that they happen to use. So the next time you go out to rent an apartment or buy a house, be wary of these and your feelings. And then last bit, I'm going to talk about again, I hesitate to say a stock tip, but an industry stock tip that I read up on, and it was very interesting, and perhaps we may throw $1 or $2 towards that so I can feed my children.
You like the music, by the way? I remembered this time.
You did. I
Yes.
liked the intro, and I
Yes.
tried to pounce.
Right, yes.
I tried to pounce on that.
Well played, yes. Well, all right. Well, we look forward to all you have to share with us, Mike. And if you'd like to enter the discussion, if maybe you have a question or a comment about anything that Mike's discussing today, you can give us a call at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. But best thing to do, give us a call at 603-250-6007. Well, so, yeah, I'm very interested to hear, Mike, about the, again, what we were talking about before with the NCAA. And
Yeah, and how you and I had spoken, I want to say it was 3 weeks ago, about, I won't say it was a shame. It was just a contrast economically that, John Elway can put his name on underwear, or Michael Jordan put his name on sneakers, and reap the benefits, the financial benefits of that. We are evolving now that some states, I believe, have approved, or the NCAA is in the process of approving, that who was a guy from Texas A&M, Johnny Football. Do you remember him? You told me you're not a sports guy.
I'm not a sports guy, but I'll tell you what, if there's a guy named Johnny Football who played football, my hat's off to him for having the good sense. Oh, I'm sorry. I was confused. Okay.
But the scenario is that this guy was famous from being a freshman right into college with Texas A&M. And they had great things planned for him, and he packed the stadiums, and the booster clubs gave lots of money to the school, not to Johnny Football. And he landed 1 year or two in the NFL, and now he's parking cars or selling real estate. We're not sure. And I don't know if any of that is accurate, but I'm saying his window of opportunity happened the 4 years while he was at Texas A&M. And the discussion we had before is like, hey, is that fair? Is that a shame? Is it, or is that just because he's getting a free education? And, there's arguments to be made on every side of that. But right now, the NCAA, whether they've done it willingly or having their arm twisted, are going to allow college students in the NCAA rules to be able to use their likeness and names, to go have an autograph session.
Okay.
Take the fellow with the long hair, name escapes me, from Clemson, the big, tall guy. For the last 4 years, could he have gone to Strawberries and had a book signing or a sports card signing or sign hats, or you take a picture with him? Up until just recently here, he was not allowed to do that. So it's a real interesting idea and I think conversation to have that, in his case, I believe he's going to the Panthers, I think, this year he got drafted. So that's really not applicable. But think about gymnasts, right? Like normally, if you're a college gymnast, or you go into the Olympics, and that's a separate thing. But in college, that's kind of the highest plateau other than the Olympics that a gymnast could reach. And heck, if you are doing well and you're popular and you've got an opportunity to put some money in your pocket, it looks like this is the way it's going to go, that somebody can do that. Because after, the Olympics, again, are a different thing. If you get famous in the Olympics and you're out of school, you can't put some money in your pocket.
Right.
You end up on Wheaties or what have you. But what about the 4 years or so that you're in college? 7 in my case. But that was a slow boat. But, should they be able to do that? And, under the, again, I say this maybe too often, but under the capitalist system, I think they should. I think the argument used to be that, well, you're getting a free education and that emotionally maybe shouldn't happen. But I got to tell you, at least in the case of college football, and I'm a big fan of it, they're packing the stadiums. They're coming to see Johnny Football, or they're coming to see, the next rising star at Alabama, who did just land in New England, I understand. But it's interesting how this is evolving, that forever this was not allowed, and we're starting to get flexible about it. And the more I thought about it, I don't think I agreed with it in the beginning.
Really?
But the more I thought about it is, if you're somebody who has a stage, for lack of a better term, for 4 years in college, and you're a superstar, why can't you go to Strawberries and, again, have a book signing, or, take your picture with somebody?
Right.
And the money goes in your pocket and not in the university's pocket.
So are they just allowing this in certain states?
So that I understand that this is a state-by-state thing, but the NCAA has approved it. So, if this stalls at the University of New Hampshire or at the University of Nebraska, I don't know the details of that, but an awful lot of people on sports radio are talking about it, and that's what kind of got me interested in the subject. That, who the heck am I to say that if somebody is talented and they have an opportunity to again put some money in their pocket, to beat a dead horse, but sometimes at the end of college, that's it. And probably for the vast majority of kids, and appreciate the free education, absolutely. But does that mean that here's my shot? This is my bubble.
Yeah. Because I assume it's only like with football, just as an example, it's probably just a minority of students who play college football who get to go on to the NFL, correct?
I would think in the single digits.
Really, yeah.
Without having researched it, I would be willing to bet that it's in the single digits.
Wow. Okay. Oh, interesting.
But pretty cool how that's opened up, just since the last time you and I chatted about it 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'd like to think that we had an influence on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I mean, I'm always happy to take credit for things.
The credit cards, yeah.
Well, that too. I mean, certainly.
No,
yes.
but it's a cool idea that things had been the same for so long.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a bunch of older men and women who are just like, hey, when I went to the University of Nebraska, I couldn't make a darn dime off of it, and now they changed the rules. But that's how the world works.
Yes, absolutely. By the way, is it what is the reason for this? What is the impetus? Is it because these states were threatening? I mean, individual states were threatening.
I don't know the concrete
right?
reason for it. I would like to think it's the athletes, and it will get rid of a lot of the. Again, if you're not a sports fan, you may not have heard the stories, but, they said you go to the University of Alabama, they couldn't give you cash. They might be able to rent you an apartment, but there were always NCAA infractions associated with that stuff. And I heard a story looking this subject up, that they used to be able to give gift cards, right? So they give you a $10,000 Amazon gift card.
Wow.
To be sarcastic, but they had to get their way around. Like, we can't give you a check for $12,000.
Right.
So it's interesting.
We have a call. We'll grab this. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Hey, Matt. It's Mike Doyle.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Real good, Mike.
Very well.
Good, man. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Jenny. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Very good. Good. Great. Hey, I just wanted to chime in on this thing I've been doing. I was, I'm very, you know me, I like sports, and I was reading about it. Johnny Manziel is Johnny Football, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Okay. If you needed to know that, yeah. But anyways, you know what the big problem is? I was just reading an article last week about this. The problem the college is having is that if people are going to start looking at this for money, then it's going to tilt players to go to the bigger schools in the bigger areas like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, where there are obviously more people, right? More recognition, more shirts, more signings, more everything, versus going to, Butte, Idaho to play at a school So they're worried that it's going to tilt the scales, that all the good players are just going to go to the high population areas, the UCLAs in Los Angeles and the, states like that, places where you just have more people are going to attract higher end athletes.
When you say the good players, is that not the case already? I mean, to some degree.
Well, not really, because now it's scholarship. So, you know what I mean? It's just
Understood.
there's no incentive to sell T-shirts, sell book signings, sell helmets, whatever they're going to sell if they can make money for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think these guys aren't going to, especially with today's day and with the internet, that they're going to maximize the ability if you have. You know what I mean? If you have the ability to maximize it through internet, through all the things that kids do, you're going to also go to the bigger cities where there's more people. So that was one. I'm just saying that was one of the concerns they had.
Let me add a tidbit into this, because I can remember from my legislative days. There's also the other side of this coin could potentially also be for the players to actually get money that they should be getting anyway. Because a lot of times these gaming companies and stuff, they create the game, and the player looks and sounds like the other player. It's not really the player, right? It's not really their image. I kind of wonder, is it time with electronics and technology the way that it is now, and how teams work and how people from, Greece can participate with something here? Maybe it is time to consider that they be able to make money off of their image.
It's interesting you mentioned the technology piece. When I was attempting to read up on this and do some research on it, they were mentioning, TikTok. I shouldn't say kids, but young people who are into TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. There are young people who have that bubble. They get followed by X number or however it works.
Yep.
Right. That do get to make a lot of money, and that was mentioned in the same conversation. So I wonder if that was part of the.
So if you think so pulling that together, if you're a student and you're going to college, you're talking about your college life, you're talking about your college game. Maybe you're playing basketball or football. That in and of itself could be quite a lucrative TikTok channel.
Yeah,
I mean we've known young people who have made money off of these videos. This is not. It's not a joke anymore. When we were, you're not going to make any money off of YouTube. That's not true anymore.
Right.
Well,
and it does come to with these players. Yeah.
Yeah, because as Mike pointed out, they have. Now more than ever, right? They have the opportunity because of social media to really monetize their likeness, their identities in ways that they didn't have
in multiple ways.
There's even 10 years ago.
Even further, there's even Bitcoin that's associated with certain stars or certain personalities. They have their own coin that people.
And one last point. I think in some situations it's going to cause havoc among football teams. That these kids are more interested in the social aspect and the money making than getting to practice on time, things like that. I don't know. I could see that. I could see that coming. Just a problem here, a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this kid making more than me? You know what I mean? If I'm an offensive lineman, if I'm an All-American offensive lineman, but Johnny Manziel is an All-American high-profile
but isn't that
quarterback.
kind of a red herring to say, though? That's kind of a red herring to say, because I don't care what field somebody's in. There's going to be one person who makes more money than another person, or this person got a better deal on their Wheaties box than that person did. That competition is there now, and we're dealing with a different student base. These kids in all groups have an ability to make money. So why should athletes in particular not be allowed to monetize? I mean, wouldn't it be more of a capitalist society if we did in fact allow them to monetize their worth?
It is an interesting point, though. It is an interesting point, because now there's this opportunity with this change in the rules that wasn't there before. Yeah, there could be some unintended consequences. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Hey, great conversation, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right, Mike. Thanks for the call. Take care.
See you.
All right, the great Mike Doyle. Yeah, he brought up a couple of points there I hadn't considered. Yeah. Very interesting.
I think I'm in agreement with you, though. I think that there's not. I don't think it's going to change the draw of a bigger school or a smaller school. That happens regardless.
Yeah.
That happens now without that.
It does for the most part. I mean, there are some smaller teams. I know it was North Dakota State, I believe, that had a flawless season or unbeaten season last year, something to that effect. But I don't know the quarterback's name. I know.
But the quarterback might have a fellowship that's granting him near full tuition.
Yes.
So going to that school enabled that person to be able to get that college degree in the end. Isn't
Agreed.
that the goal that we want them to
And
have
they earn
anyway?
They earn them.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
We have another call. You can tell it's a good discussion when we're getting a lot of interaction. This is great. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hello, Matt. This is Gene Simmons of KISS. I just wanted to point out that back in 1972, I was on a box of Wheaties. Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Wow.
I think he was on lunch boxes too.
That was Gene Simmons of KISS. Apparently he was, I didn't know that, actually. I should know that as a KISS fan. Wow.
Terrible.
But I don't think he played football.
There's that corporal punishment. They're going to have to take you out back.
That was real interesting, too. I was driving in here listening to that. And I did want to tell you, I was in a elementary school in Florida on a military base. I was in the second grade, I believe. And they did keep the ruler around. It wasn't used all too often, but it was there as a deterrent, I guess is the right phrase.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Kevin?
Hi, Kevin. What's on your mind?
I'm a big sports fan, and this thing kind of bothers me because the only people that are going to benefit from this money aspect is the quarterback, wide receiver, one running back, maybe a basketball player, but the girl who's a real good swimmer at University of Michigan, no one's going to be buying her T-shirts.
Maybe
that's
not.
probably a good point.
I'd like to see that changing, though. I'd like to think that we're getting better about following our women's sports. But you are right that there will be that natural.
It's a good point.
But it exists in everything else now, too, again.
Right.
Doesn't it? It already exists there now.
Yep.
I mean, the only thing I can remember from my youth was Doug Flutie.
But, the thought that these athletes are going to be now all of a sudden allowed to make money, where many of the athletes, 95% of them, aren't going to be making money. Even though they have the opportunity will not be given to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Maybe so, but should it be held back from those that could be able to make money because other people can't get
the ones that are going to make money, all they have to do is wait one season of college football and they'll be in the millions.
Well, yeah.
Well,
if they make it, yeah. If they make it. No, I think it's a great point, Kevin. Anything else you wanted to say on the issue?
Oh, no, that's it. Keep going. I like your show.
All right, Kevin. Thanks for the
Awesome.
call.
Thanks, Kev.
Appreciate it.
But what we haven't talked about in this mixture, though, is the schools that make their money off of these players.
Well, and that's
And
been
we
in
don't
place for
allow
some
the
time.
players to make money off of the fruit of their labor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know what bugs me about the sports thing is when you see like the drafts and everything, you've got this young man standing there in nothing but a pair of underwear, being turned around, and they're sizing him up. Look, good thighs on that one. It's like it's like you're pricing out a horse. I think it's time we stop treating players that way, for one thing. But call me crazy. I'm a mom. I don't like to see that. I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable to see.
I wouldn't even
Men
treat
in
an
their
actual.
underwear?
I wouldn't. Even,
Men in their underwear makes you uncomfortable.
Well, you know what I mean.
I do. I'm
up
teasing.
there for auction.
could be worse. What about a
I
horse?
don't.
But for a 4-year free education and millions of dollars, if you want to put yourself on auction, should that opportunity be available? Under capitalism, like you say, that if you're going to sell your soul to the devil, to use a turn of phrase, should you be able to? And obviously, it doesn't seem unfair that some players won't get an opportunity, or a swimmer, a young lady who goes to the University of Michigan, as Kevin pointed out.
Yeah.
It probably won't be.
Right.
They'll have a following amongst themselves, though.
Yes.
Young girls who are in swim teams around the country is going to have that person to look up to.
Right.
And maybe she, who was never really offered much because she is that swimmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she gets an opportunity to make a few dollars she wouldn't have gotten
Yes.
this time before. So, again, playing devil's advocate, I can, as my capitalism at heart says, let them make money off of themselves if they can, especially in a sport where they're considered old when they hit 30. I mean, by the time they graduate from college, they're considered old for their sport.
That's true.
We have another call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
It's Christian.
Hey, Christian, what's up?
I'm not sure if you guys are talking about the same topic we were talking about last week when you had Mike on about the NCAA and college athletes now being able to take endorsements.
Yes.
So, now that they're able to take endorsements, I see why the NCAA said no.
Okay. Why?
Because these kids immediately are now being offered brand deals that could literally last them into retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
So is that just or no?
Barstool, for example, right now, has already sponsored in the past 48 hours 50-something athletes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's better than single
Something close to
digits.
that.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous.
Right? I hear you say that, and I say more power to him. Awesome. Dude found a way to make good money. He's going to probably use that to support himself, his family, what have you.
But the thing is, now think about it. Now these kids face the decision where, hey, now I don't have to go into the NFL if I'm playing college football.
Great. My kid won't need a hip replacement by the time he's 35. I'm still game.
Or end up with CTE.
It takes away the credibility of the goal they were trying to reach.
Nah, I don't
They
think
went
so.
into college. No, hear me out. They went into college with a goal, and that was to get in the NFL.
And if the 50 players that just got
now
signed...
that money's involved, though, it's like, I feel like it kind of changes the whole perspective.
It does. Does it offer
You know what I mean?
another incentive for a young person to go into sports?
Yeah.
So if 50 of them get sponsored by Barstool, and out of that 50, maybe one makes it to the NFL, why isn't that good?
Yeah.
Why is it that nobody should make money if everybody can't make the same?
You're missing my point, I feel like. I'm saying these kids went. I'm not saying these kids are going to get money hungry, but they're going to see what's placed in front of them, and they're going to be like, well, damn, now I don't have to go in the NFL and make $37 million, which isn't good.
Oh, I think
Which isn't good because then down the line, you think about it, okay? The NFL could suffer because now these kids are like, oh, I made brand deals in college. I can keep building off of these.
Yeah, but college, they're only going to be in college for so long.
Yeah, you really think they only got 4
but
years in
but
college.
The money could last them a very long time.
Oh, sure.
But seriously, do you really think that? Mike, what do you think? I mean,
Well, I don't know. I think the opportunity should be available. Is it going to change the dynamic? I agree with that argument as well. But I think the opportunity should be available in the scenario, again, where you had 4 years in college and then you get out and you become a financial advisor because the Seahawks didn't pick you. Why not, put your name on socks or underwear while you're in college? You know?
Right. Yeah.
So how much? Like, when did Doug Flutie for good? Because that's who I go back with for my generation. I can remember
Flutie Flakes.
Yes, and the T-shirts, and everybody was a Boston College fan. That it was a big deal. But he never made a dime off of that.
That's right. But
everybody made money off of him and his pound of flesh. And then when it was over, pound sand, buddy. Go back groceries or something. We don't want you here no more.
Right.
Should he have not been able to have tried to make a few bucks off of his own backside?
I agree.
Oh, no, and I 100%, I'm excited that they're able to make money now.
Yeah. Good.
Because on top of that, they can pay for their college tuition with a brand deal,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right, Christian. Great call. Anything to add?
No, that's it.
All right. When's your next show at Central Ale House, by the way, before we let you go?
Sunday night, 8 to 1.
Very good. All right, Christian.
Yeah.
Excellent. DJ Reckless, thanks for the call.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right. Wow.
There's a great example of the capitalist system and the emotions that surround it.
Yes.
You mentioned capitalism and the emotion. From what I could detect from Christian is it's going to change things and the way people behave, and that's what I get on here for to talk about. But the whole idea of fairness is things. Life's not fair, as Mom said, right? You have a real estate who's struggling and doesn't make the same money as the guy you hear on the radio or the woman you hear on the radio advertising there. You'd like to think more often than not it's due to their ability, but oftentimes it's due to the opportunity that they ran into and or was given to them. You look at musicians, right? And most fantastic musicians will never be heard.
Right.
Especially in this day and age of where everything is just blown apart. There's no more albums. But as a musician myself, and I go to see somebody, like, how could the world not have heard of this person? And that's just the way it goes.
Right.
But I've heard of Miley Cyrus because her dad was Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Now, is she fantastic and earned it? Once she got the exposure, I'm not to say yes or no.
I would say so.
She really can do
talented,
it, right?
Yeah.
But she had doors open to her that wouldn't have been open to somebody else of equal talent. Does that mean she shouldn't have the door?
Exactly. That's exactly the crux, and that you shouldn't, as a female singer, be home crying in your beer that, well, I didn't get that opportunity. It's not fair. Like, that's not how the world works. And
exactly.
I believe you have the skills as a talk show host as well as anybody I've heard, but where does it go? You're not. Howard Stern makes more money than we'll ever see.
I don't have that Howard Stern money yet, but
working on it.
Working on it.
Right, but
don't count us out.
There's no use for you to sit here and be like, "Gosh darn it, damn Howard Stern is making more money than I am."
I'm not against pimping this guy out here.
No, but
Just saying.
But you raise an interesting point, Mike. That's how I've always kind of looked at that anyway, whether it's, and I have a background in the music industry too, and anything that I've done that I've applied myself to, because, people get jealous of, why is this person so successful? I have just as much talent as they are and whatnot. But I've always taken the point of view that, if I see somebody else succeeding at something I'm trying to do, instead of getting jealous or resentful or something. I mean, for one thing, I understand, capitalism isn't fair, but also I just try to use that as motivation. Well, if they can do it, that proves that it can be done.
Amen.
Therefore, if I keep working at it, I can get there too. That's how I've always looked at it. But yeah, a lot of people don't. A lot of people, they'll make excuses or,
sure.
Why not me? Wah. know? Yeah.
There's two very different things, to be to get an opportunity, and if you do get an opportunity, you have to be able to back it up. And that, to my mind, is where it ends. There'll be people who get better opportunities than me, but I've also had better opportunities than somebody else, who has the same, if not better, skills than I've had doing what I've done through life.
Right.
Something to be said for right place, right time.
That's
oh
right.
yeah.
So in that same vein, would you want to take somebody else's opportunity away?
No.
I don't think any of us would really say that we wanted that.
No, but it's okay to be a little bit jealous in your heart, and as Matt says, light a fire under your butt, so to speak, and
right.
I'll try all the harder if that's exactly what I want to do. There's no use saying, gosh, I could be this person, I could be a politician, or well, then go do it.
Yeah,
by all
hear that
means,
a
you want to
lot
be mayor, go
sometimes.
be mayor.
Yeah.
People saying, "Oh, I'm the best at this."
Yeah.
You don't know what that's like, Maddie. People don't send you messages like that, right?
Right. I know who you're referring to. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, did you want to? I don't know if you want to recalibrate this as we go, Mike. It's already. We can move on to another module of this. We might not get in everything you have planned because it's already 5:45. It's been such a busy show. A good problem to have. We love when people call in, obviously.
Excellent.
And and there's always next week. But wherever you want to go next with this, we can.
Yeah. Let me get through the rest of my points here, and that was a great discussion. And as I get more educated about it, we can touch on it in the weeks to come.
Sure.
But let's take a hard left here, and something was fascinating to me as I was looking through emotional economics versus statistical economics. I came across some things that real estate agents use, little quips and quotes that they use, and statistically, to back it up, they actually tend to get more responses and or sell more houses than beautiful house in the North End with a pool, 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. End of ad. So I have a list of a couple of words here, and you guys can chime in if they're if you think they're applicable or not. The first one is fantastic, right? Fantastic views of the city. So if you're selling your apartment in Wall Street Towers, where I used to live a long time ago, course, you're renting there. But fantastic views other than views of the river. So fantastic was number one. In New England, granite. So granite countertops, or granite floors or whatever, rather than flooring. Of course you're going to have flooring, but granite was a big one. Spacious. Like, what does that mean? Lots of room. I get that, but rather than saying lots of room, spacious was number 3. Number 4, state of the art. State of the art kitchen, right? That means the appliances are new, but rather than saying the appliances are all new, state of the art. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, an exclamation point in the advertising.
Ah, yes.
It's not a word, just an exclamation point. So whatever you want to put in front of that.
Hey, windows.
Yeah. Lake Street.
Yes.
Corian was another one. And I had to think twice about Corians are countertops, right? They can't be stained. Or
I don't even know.
Yeah, I looked at it. Corian's like a plastic, I believe, when I just Googled it.
Oh.
Which is not how I do all my research. But the next one was Charming. Charming home in the North End. Charming house on Lake Street.
Doesn't that mean small in code?
I'm sorry?
Does that mean small in code?
Charming?
Charming or quaint?
I think it means cute or something.
No, but I know what you mean though. In code though, if
I get it, like a cottage, right?
Quaint little college or
they don't want to tell you it's small, so it's charming.
It's funny. What's not on this list is quaint, and I would think that would be a big one.
Yeah.
The statistically, charming does better.
Huh.
Maple, which blew my mind. Or is that about cabinets, or is it about flooring?
Or trees?
Or trees. But you put maple in there somewhere, or syrup. I don't know. You put maple in the advertisement. Statistically, it does better than not saying maple. Great neighborhood. That's an easy one. Is the next one. Not too much surprise about that. The next one is gourmet, which has to refer to the kitchen, I guess. You wouldn't say it's a gourmet bedroom.
Yeah.
Gourmet bedroom.
Now, wait a minute.
Or gourmet 1.5 bath downstairs. So gourmet was another one.
Huh.
Granted, we already talked about state of the art. Corian, maple, and gourmet were the ones that really had the highest statistical effect. But when it comes to real estate, the emotion stuff comes in. You may just plain old love your real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cowett, if I can plug him, who works for Keller Williams Real Estate here in Manchester. My wife has known him a long time, and she plain old just listens to him.
Yeah.
We're looking for this. We're looking for a gourmet, granite, spacious place.
With maple.
With maple, yeah, and an exclamation point.
Yes.
And he just plain old delivered, and that was good enough for my wife, which has got to be good enough for me.
Yeah.
It really wasn't about reading a description. It was more about listening to the agent himself. So
Yeah.
I think what I'm referring to is when they put it in the the flyer, the dollar saver, or whatever.
Right.
That these had really statistical effects. And it's great. It's the same thing, if you want to turn the corner here to like music, when I put together or trying to put together a bio, there's all kinds of stuff on YouTube and on the net that says, this is what you need to say in your little elevator speech. When you send an email to a bar and say, hey, I want to play for you guys this weekend. The do's and don'ts of it are a lot more complex. A lot of it is like, hey, Mike, what do you do? And I've come up with, I'm the only one who does what I do. Well, you didn't answer the question, right? What do you do?
Yeah.
But the verbiage and stuff like that tickles people's emotions, and that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, it's such a hot real estate market here right now. It's
the prices are bananas.
Pretty incredible. I mean, are there even ads in those circulars? I mean, it almost seems like they don't need to bother.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing, because what little I knew about real estate, I did take a course years and years ago to try to get into the industry, and made the decision after I took the course. There's a lot of money up front for real estate agents.
I've heard that.
And that kind of spooked me off. But and of course the course was more about laws and things like that. But that was a very different scenario than I think it is today. You're right that now everything's electronic, and again, I don't know. The industry has certainly changed. God knows the prices have changed.
Yeah.
And this is probably going to be our retirement. I don't know about your accommodations, but if my accommodations are going to quadruple over the next couple of years here, do I just sell and go and live in a little studio somewhere?
Get a
Well,
little
heck,
tiny
you know.
home in
Yeah.
a tiny village in a golf cart. That would make me happy.
Yeah, golf cart's not on there. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the travel there.
Yep. So anyway, I thought those was some fun stuff to talk about. The last topic I'd like to cover here on Tweakonomics is a stock tip, or where you might want to throw your money if you are blessed enough to throw money anywhere other than out the window, like most of us. And I looked into this, and it's true. As manufacturing recovers here after the COVID pandemic, paint and coatings, those industries, so think of whoever you want to who does Sherwin-Williams or industrial coatings. Industrial coatings is a big one.
Yeah.
People who paint the John Deere tractors or provide John Deere with the green paint to paint their tractors, their sales are just going through the roof.
Oh, no kidding.
Comparatively, as the economy kind of gets back going, or manufacturing gets back going. The economy, or at least the stock market's not doing so badly at all. It's doing okay.
Right.
But I thought it was really weird. I never would have thought, most of us think like Amazon. Okay, I'm going to throw money into Amazon. I'm going to throw it into Apple or Dell Computers. Paint and industrial coatings.
Interesting.
And I just thought it was the weirdest thing in the world that, hey, I would never think in the world, like, I'm going to throw my money, my disposable income at industrial coatings.
Right.
But apparently they're growing by leaps and bounds. So I am not a fiduciary, and I don't mean to suggest that you should, but look into it if you want, and I think you'll see that I'm right.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Any idea why? Why that specifically?
What I put together in my head and where I heard this was that as the manufacturing starts to get back going, that the need for paint and industrial coatings, that's when I'll have to Google.
Yeah.
But to me, it meant, painting, desks or cars or tractors. But industrial coatings are also on machinery and tractors. It went so far as to say floors. If now businesses are expanding, the concrete floors that are not just concrete, but they have the.
There's another kind. It's ionizing. Ionizing bonding that they can do with coatings. Coal faucets have a coating on them. Some firearms have coatings on them.
That's right.
And these are. I actually helped a company open a place here in New Hampshire. Called Ion Bond, and they do that. They do that ionized coating on different types of metals, mostly.
And certainly with the explosion of the sales in firearms, that would make sense.
Stuff doesn't scratch off. It stays. It doesn't scratch off and stuff. So I can understand why there's more in that particular industry because it's a whole new way of being able to put color on things that actually helps the product stay better, like have longevity and not have stuff come. I have a ring that got coated, and you can scratch it till you're blue in the face. You'll never get the coloring off. It's a beautiful rustic color.
Interesting, and some of that's a new technology. Galvanizing is not new, but at one point it was new. Powder coating and things like that. But when I heard industrial coatings, I thought of Sherwin-Williams or Behr paint or stuff like this. But
what
it's
about
actually
shipbuilding and stuff? Boat building. Geez, imagine how much paint and things they go through.
Yep.
Miriam in the chat says this is an area of research in social psychology. I studied it at the London School of Economics because it is so useful in marketing and persuasive communication, politics as well. Oh, very interesting. Yes.
Very true. And kudos for you for even getting into the London School of Economics.
Yeah, I've heard that's not easy.
Yeah, it's a very, very prestigious school there in London.
Absolutely.
We got smart listeners.
That's right.
We do.
Yes,
I'm
we
flattered.
do. Well, we are just about out of time. Mike, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Do you know what you're doing for next week's Tweakonomics yet?
I do not. I kind of spend the weekend flipping through books and, listening to a lot of talk radio and then getting an idea in my head and going and trying to do a little bit of research. Not always on Google, as I said.
Yes.
If I plug Google one more time, I'm going to get in trouble.
But we do
you
know.
need to send it to them so they'll pay you money.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
There you go, brand.
But we do know where you'll be as your alter ego, Grant Lampton, on Friday night.
Friday night, I'll be directly across the street, kind of looking at it now, at the Hop Knot, and I'll be playing for Kenny and Trudy and their family, and hopefully lots and lots and lots of people. I think we're going to get some bad weather, so I'm not sure that that's going to help. And if we do get good weather on Thursday, I'll probably be down on the patio at the 603 Bar and Grill.
Oh, very good. Very good. By the way, Miriam said in the chat, this is a very cool segment. That was interesting, both topics. Yeah, I've been getting a ton of great feedback on it. So, yeah,
that makes me happy.
Really cool topic.
Absolutely. Let's see. And if you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org as well as at mattconnarton.com. Tomorrow on the show, our friend Isaac Sierra, also known as Truth, will be calling in and will feature his new track, a world radio premiere. And on Thursday, Easy G will be joining us for his entertainment report. Did you ever hear anything from Texas Mike?
Mikey is still MIA, man.
He told me he was going to be here.
Mikey, where are you? We need to know you're okay.
Yeah. Very, it's not like him to just
phone home,
not show up. Yeah.
In fact, he mentioned me on Facebook.
He did. Yeah.
Where's Mikey?
So I don't know. Where in the world is Texas Mike? Well,
no,
I'm sure
I like my way better.
I'm sure he's fine. What's your way? What?
Where in the world is Mikey?
That's Carmen Sandiego, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But my way is, what you did is called shoehorning. My way actually fills out the whole.
Is that like
my way worked just fine?
Well, anyway.
Matt, you got shoehorned.
Yes, that's right.
I'll shoehorn you.
All right. Well, Mike, thank you, of course,
My
as
pleasure.
always. Jenny, thank you.
Very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of our great callers today. And
Gene Simmons.
And Gene Simmons of KISS, yes.
Good
and make sure you're back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. for the morning show with Peter White. That's it for us for now. Talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.